Picture this. You've clawed yourself out from rock bottom, a year of sobriety under your belt, and a freshly diagnosed mental illness that's crippled you since you were a teenager, but hitherto hadn't been able to define its cause or true essence. Since everything transpired, you began attending a few free courses, held locally for those struggling with ailments pertaining to addiction and mental illness, finding one in particular that helped to abate anxiety. A wonderfully calm woman, let's call her Charlie, begins every class with a guided meditation before diving into a tranquil session of drawing mandalas with colored pencils. Despite her AC/DC shirt and firm exterior, her aptitude for serenity and compassion is unmatched as she strolls from table to table, having micro-conversations with every one of us attending her class. My shoulders drop and my breath steadies, letting the friction of the world and the weight of expectation roll off like a sluice down a storm drain. If you hadn't figured it out yet, this was me about 6 years ago. What I didn't know then, however, and yet I know today, is how the power of art therapy translates so fluidly into the occultic practice of sigil crafting. In a sense, I was already performing magic several years before I perused my first tome. And since mental health is an incredibly important topic for me, I figure we can explore the intersection between creative expression and witchcraft, the psychological and the spiritual. All that said, light your incense and grab your favorite snack, and learn how you can transform your sigil craft into a process of mental healing.
In the quiet hum of creativity, where brushstrokes meet candlelight and intention melds with form, something extraordinary happens. Art ceases to be mere expression and becomes a ritual, a deliberate act of transformation. This is the shared essence of two practices separated by time but united by purpose. Sigil making, a sacred art form rooted in the mystical traditions of witchcraft, and art therapy, a discipline born from the modern understanding of psychology. Both offer pathways to healing, yet their intersections reveal something even deeper. They guide us to a space where the psychological, the emotional, and the spiritual converge, illuminating the profound ways humans seek connection and meaning. To understand how these practices work together, we must explore their histories, rituals, and their shared capacity to transform the mind and spirit. Sigil making is a ritual of creation, a dialogue between the tangible and the intangible. From the Middle Ages, when grimoires outlined elaborate systems for creating magical symbols, to modern witchcraft's minimalist designs, the practice has always served as a means of focusing willpower and intention. Yet its power lies not just in the symbol itself, but in the act of crafting it, a process that weaves together focus, creativity, and belief. This creation process mirrors what Carl Jung described as active imagination, a psychological technique where the conscious mind engages with the unconscious through symbolic expression. A sigil, therefore, becomes more than an image. It is an archetype that resonates with the practitioner on multiple levels. For instance, when a practitioner crafts a sigil for self-empowerment, they are not merely drawing lines on paper. They are encoding a message to their subconscious, bypassing the critical mind and embedding their intention into a symbolic language the deeper self understands. This bypassing is crucial because the subconscious often operates in metaphors and images, making sigils uniquely suited for transformative work. The ritual doesn't end with the drawing. To activate or charge the sigil, practitioners often incorporate energy work, visualization, or even physical acts like burning the sigil to release its intention into the universe. This ritualistic closure reinforces the connection between action and outcome, embedding a sense of agency and purpose in the practitioner. While sigil making channels the mystical, art therapy thrives on the scientific study of human behavior and healing. Emerging in the 1940s as a formalized practice, art therapy quickly gained recognition for its ability to facilitate emotional exploration and healing without relying solely on verbal communication. One of the most profound aspects of art therapy is its capacity to externalize emotions. Trauma, grief, and anxiety often defy words, leaving individuals feeling isolated and overwhelmed. Art, however, provides a medium through which these internal experiences can be translated into form. A jagged line may speak of anger, a chaotic swirl of colors might convey confusion, and the act of shaping clay could represent the grounding process of regaining control. Research underscores the power of creative expression in promoting mental wellness. Studies on the brain reveal that engaging in artistic activities stimulates the prefrontal cortex, which governs decision-making and emotional regulation, while simultaneously calming the amygdala, the center of fear and anxiety. This dual action fosters both immediate stress relief and long-term emotional resilience. Moreover, the act of creation triggers a flow state, a concept popularized by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. In this state, individuals experience complete immersion in their task, losing track of time and self-consciousness. This is more than a mental break. It is a form of active meditation where the mind achieves clarity and the body finds relaxation. As we delve deeper into the mystical practice of sigil making, we uncover a realm of therapeutic benefits that mirror those found in art therapy. This ancient occult technique offers more than just a means of manifesting desires. It provides a powerful tool for emotional healing and self-discovery. In the quiet moments of creation, as the practitioner's hand moves across paper, something profound occurs. The act of designing a sigil becomes a form of externalization, a way to give shape and form to internal struggles that often defy verbal expression. This process echoes the core principle of art therapy, the ability to communicate complex emotions through visual means. Consider the practitioner who sits before a blank page, pen in hand, ready to craft a sigil for emotional release. They begin by formulating an intention: I release my anger and find inner peace. As they transform this statement into a symbolic representation, they engage in a deeply personal and cathartic process. Each line drawn becomes a conduit for pent-up emotions, each curve a silent expression of inner turmoil seeking resolution. The ritual continues as they infuse the sigil with color, choosing hues that resonate with their emotional state. Perhaps they select a fierce red to represent anger, gradually blending it with soothing blues that signify the calm they seek. This chromatic journey is not unlike the color therapy techniques employed in art therapy sessions, where the choice of color becomes a non-verbal expression of the client's emotional landscape. As the sigil takes its final form, the practitioner enters a meditative state, focusing intently on their creation. This focused attention induces a state of flow, much like the one experienced in art therapy. Time seems to slow, anxieties fade, and a sense of inner calm descend. In this moment, the act of creation becomes a form of active meditation, a respite from the chaos of daily life. The culmination of this ritual often involves the destruction of the sigil, perhaps burning it in the flame of a candle. As the paper curls and blackens, the practitioner visualizes their emotions transmuting into healing energy. As this sigil turns to ash, my anger transforms. I am free, they might whisper, feeling a profound sense of release as they scatter the ashes to the wind. This process of creation and release bears striking similarities to the cathartic experiences facilitated in art therapy session. Both practices offer a safe container for exploring and expressing difficult emotions, providing a sense of closure and renewal. But sigil magic doesn't only serve as a tool for emotional release. It can also be a powerful means of building self-esteem and fostering a positive self-image. In a practice that blends sigil creation with mandala art, another technique often used in art therapy, practitioners can craft potent symbols of self-empowerment. Imagine a circular piece of paper upon which a sigil representing self-love is carefully placed at the center. Around this core, concentric circles are drawn, each ring filled with symbols and patterns that represent personal strengths, achievements, and positive qualities. As the practitioner colors this mandala sigil, they engage in a meditative reflection on their own worth and capability. The finished piece becomes more than just a beautiful work of art. It's a visual affirmation, a daily reminder of inner strength and resilience. Placed where it can be seen each day, this mandala sigil serves as a constant source of empowerment, its very presence reinforcing the practitioner's sense of self-worth. The fusion of sigil making and art therapy offers a powerful blend of ritualistic intention and psychological healing. In this hybrid practice, the act of creating a sigil becomes both a therapeutic and spiritual exercise, providing a holistic approach to self-care. Imagine a practitioner sitting at their desk, a blank sheet before them. They begin by centering themselves through deep breaths, entering a meditative state. Instead of immediately designing a sigil, they allow their emotions to flow freely onto the page, doodling shapes and patterns without judgment. Over time, certain forms emerge, reflecting their subconscious needs and desires. From these organic shapes, the practitioner refines a single cohesive design, a sigil. the lines become deliberate, the intention crystallized. By incorporating colors chosen for their psychological and symbolic meanings, yellow for optimism, green for renewal, the practitioner enhances the emotional resonance of their work. The final step is activation, where the practitioner engages in a ritual to imbue the sigil with energy. This could involve chanting affirmations while tracing the sigil with their finger, meditating on its form, or incorporating it into a spell. The result is a symbol that not only represents their intention, but also embodies the therapeutic journey they have undertaken. Recent advancements in neuroscience shed light on why such practices are so effective. Studies on neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, reveal that engaging in creative activities fosters new neural connections. This adaptability is particularly pronounced when creativity is paired with mindfulness, as in sigil making. For individuals with trauma, this neuroplasticity can provide a pathway to healing. Trauma often disrupts normal brain function, creating hypervigilance and emotional dysregulation. Creative rituals like sigil making help calm the nervous system, restore balance, and reframe negative thought patterns. A comprehensive meta-analysis published in JAMA Network Open revealed that active visual art therapy was associated with an improvement in 18% of patient outcomes across various health conditions. This statistic speaks volumes about the potential of creative expression in healing. The impact of art therapy extends across a spectrum of mental health concerns. Studies have shown that 81% of patients reported improvement in their overall psychological health after participating in art therapy session. For those grappling with anxiety, particularly cancer patients, 71% experienced a reduction in anxiety levels through creative arts therapies. These findings echo the ancient wisdom embedded in sigil making, the power of focused intention and symbolic representation to effect change in one's mental and emotional state. Veterans, too, have found solace in the realm of art therapy, with 76% reporting significant improvements in post-traumatic growth. This mirrors the transformative potential of sigil magic, where practitioners encode their desires for healing and growth into visual symbols, bypassing the critical mind to speak directly to the subconscious. The practice of sigil making in witchcraft and occultism shares striking parallels with art therapy's approach to trauma and emotional healing. Both utilize the power of symbols and the act of creation to externalize internal experiences. In art therapy, 68% of trauma survivors experienced a reduction in PTSD symptoms after engaging in art therapy intervention. Similarly, the creation and charging of sigils serve as a ritual for releasing and transforming traumatic experiences, allowing practitioners to reclaim their personal power. Moreover, the benefits of these practices extend beyond mental health. Art therapy has shown promise in enhancing communication skills, with 77% of participants with autism spectrum disorder displaying improved communication and social skills after art therapy sessions. This aligns with the occult understanding of sigils as a form of communication with the deeper self and the universe at large. In the realm of schizophrenia, where reality and perception often blur, art therapy has demonstrated its efficacy. Patients who received art therapy showed a significant average decline in both positive and negative manifestations of schizophrenia, compared to those receiving standard care. This speaks to the power of creative expression in grounding individuals and providing a tangible outlet for internal experiences, a principle that lies at the heart of sigil magic. From a spiritual perspective, the act of creating a sigil is an invocation of divine forces, a sacred dance between the self and the cosmos. Each line and curve becomes a thread in a web of meaning, connecting the practitioner to universal archetypes and energies. For instance, many practitioners draw parallels between sigil making and the creation of mandalas in Buddhist and Hindu traditions. Both involve intricate designs that serve as tools for meditation and spiritual focus. Just as a mandala represents the universe and the individual's place within it, a sigil symbolizes the alignment of personal intention with greater cosmic forces. Furthermore, the symbols within a sigil often hold multi-layered meanings. A spiral might represent growth and evolution. A triangle could signify balance, and intersecting lines might evoke the interconnectedness of all things. These symbols transcend language, speaking directly to the soul and reinforcing the practitioner's connection to something greater than themselves. At the intersection of sigil making and art therapy lies a powerful truth. Humans are inherently creative beings, and through that creativity we find healing and transformation. Whether the practice is rooted in the mystical or the psychological, The act of crafting symbols allows us to express, explore, and ultimately understand ourselves. As we delve deeper into the intersection of these practices, we find a shared language of symbols, intentions, and transformative power. Whether through the structured approach of art therapy or the mystical practice of sigil making, individuals are tapping into an ancient wisdom that the act of creation itself is a powerful catalyst for change. In this sacred space where art meets intention, where the brush becomes a wand and the canvas a portal, we discover a profound truth. Our capacity to heal, to grow, and to transform is as boundless as our imagination. Through these practices, we not only express our inner worlds, but actively shape them, weaving a tapestry of meaning that connects us to ourselves, to each other, and to the vast, mysterious universe that surrounds us.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video enlightening, please like, subscribe, and share with others who might be interested in exploring the intersection between creative expression, occultism, and mental well-being. Also, consider supporting the Dark Primordial by visiting our Etsy and Shopify stores. There, you'll find a curated selection of handcrafted, witchcraft, and pagan accessories to enhance your own spiritual practice. From hand-poured candles to intricately painted talismans, each item is imbued with intention and power. Until next time, may you become one with your own abyss.